What is up, everybody? It's Cody with Blood Money MMA Bets. Half of Defend Your Units here with my co-host. The other half of Defend Your Units, Johnny K Picks. And our special guest, TB Scouting MMA, half of Chronic Combat Conversations. How you doing tonight, TB?
Fantastic. So happy to be here. Spent the morning at watching UConn absolutely dismantle Stetson in person. And I had a bet on Northwestern. Got to see a cash live and got some extra basketball, baby. Let's go.
Nice. Nothing better than cashing a bet live. Johnny K, how you doing tonight, bro?
Doing great. It's Friday night with the boys. Got some beer. Ready to talk some fights. Looking forward to it. Going to watch some basketball after this. It's going to be great.
Heck yeah. Sounds like a good night, man. You guys excited for this card?
Yeah, it's pretty cool. I mean, after breaking it down, talking about it, waiting for it all week, I'm ready for it. Let's do it. In the beginning, not so much.
Not so much.
But that's how it usually goes. Like, if you see a crappy card, you're like, oh, man. And then you start breaking it down and you're talking about it all week. Like, all right, I'm ready. Let's get these fights going. I'm ready.
Yep, it gets closer. You're like, well, maybe that fight would be good.
Well, that fight is pretty good.
You just want some action. You just want some action, man.
Exactly.
Yep. Yeah, it should be a good card, though. Some decent fights, some good betting spots. I actually got 7 bets on this card, so
nice.
It's pretty good for me. Usually I have my 5, but I like a lot of spots. Like, I love these cards that are even money. Like, there's no who's the parlay this week that you can even trust. Same thing.
I do not have a money line parlay at all, and that's weird for me.
Yeah, well, it's fucking next week's terrible too for that, pretty much. But it's still gonna be another good card, to watch. And then what do we got after? How many we got? 3 more before 300?
Yeah, April 6th and then 300. So we got 2 more after
30th,
this one.
like the 30th, the 6th, and then,
and then 300.
It's gonna be freaking nice, man. Get done with these.
And then we get a break, I think.
After 300, we'll get like a week or something.
Think we get a week?
Nice. That's excellent. Whew. Say what's up to everybody that's here, man, that came out to hang out tonight. We got Octagon Outcome as always. He said, let's go, boys. He said, I'm going to be here tonight for sure. Let's
Double
go. Double O. Appreciate you coming out every single week, hanging out with us. Dixon, what's up, Cody and Johnny? What's up, Dixon? Man, appreciate you coming out all the time. Got the OnlyFans whisperer with us tonight. Working some overtime hours while I defend my units. Might as well make that money while I make that money. Let's go, Ryan. That's the best way to do it. When I catch some live shows at work, man, I'm happy as hell. Dennis, what is up? He said, don't know anything about college basketball, but bracket for work just got busted with Auburn.
Auburn's bums.
What were they ranked?
They were 4 and they got beat by Yale, the smart guys.
Jesus,
not good.
Yale's not good. Yale's not good.
Never heard of them, being a powerhouse. But Dennis said it's good. Little lock right back into UFC. Yep, no problem. Yep. 138 MMA is in the house. What is up? Everybody check out 138 MMA, Twitter, YouTube, Instagram, everywhere. He puts out excellent information, excellent content. Dude's sharp dude for sure. Appreciate you coming out, hanging out. Luke said, sup, y'all. Good luck to everyone tomorrow. Good luck to you too, Luke, man. We appreciate that. And always hanging out. Dixon, that bum Pitbull just cost me $550 for winning by TKO and not decision or sub. That was the only leg of the parlay I missed. Dang. Yeah. I picked Pitbull. But Tyler said I'm dreading that week off. Yeah. I don't know, man. I don't know.
I might like it for a few days. I'll tell you that.
I like it. Trevor Scott in the building. Trevor said lots of dogs tomorrow. I'm with you on that, man.
I got a good amount.
Love these 50 fights. Michael Scott, Travis Scott.
Yeah, he's got a lot of famous relatives.
Yeah. Sorry I had to vent. No problem, Dixon. It'd be like that sometimes, man. So yeah, what do we got? 13, 14 fights. No fights fell off today, right?
Nope.
Excellent.
I think we got 13. Yep, 13.
Excellent, man. Well, we'll start with the first fight of the night, and it's going to be Mohammed Usman versus Mick Parkin. And TB, let's hear what you got for this one, buddy.
Yeah, so I believe that we got I'm all about the nicknames here. So Mick, his first name is already his nickname. He's Michael, but 138 MMA, also known as Thug Rose Namajunas. We'll get to his fight or her fight later on the card, but He actually told me that it should have been Where You Parkin. So Mick Where You Parkin versus Mohammed the Motor Usman. He's got a good nickname, so we'll use that. I don't like the motor on Usman though, and I think he's actually, going to be. I don't know, man. I don't know. He's not. He's also not great,
I didn't say that.
No. That's fair. But I don't think he brings the things to the table that Kyle Machado did. And there's two specific things. One is fighting out of a southpaw stance, and two is having explosive combinations walking forward. I think Usman's kind of limited to 1 or 2 strikes, and he throws from an orthodox stance, and he's not necessarily overly explosive or athletic unless he can catch you with the left hook coming out of the pocket. Like, he has some real power, but it's very specific to the ways that he can actually land it. So I got Mick Parkin here by like any which way, kind of. I think the Kyle Machado fight, that's that classic letdown spot after having an impressive debut performance. And now I think he kind of puts a stamp on another fight. I mean, isn't Mo Usman, if you strip away the name and his brother and everything, isn't he just kind of like Jamal Pogues? Like, he's kind of a shitty 1-2 combo guy, like relying on power that, it hasn't really worked that many times. And then his wrestling it's good, but I don't know, man. So I'm going here. I got Mick Parkin. Give me Where You Parkin. Thank you, 138 MMA. The other Tyler in the building helped me out with the nickname when he came on our show this week. So appreciate that. I'll take the money line because minus 148 is good enough. I think he covers it anyway it goes. It could be a decision. It could be a finish, but I'm not banking on him to finish Usman when I haven't really seen him finish before, right? So there we go. Mick, Where You Parkin?
Makes sense. Yannick Gay, how you see it going?
I am picking the Motor. That is his nickname, the Motor. I'm going with Motor Usman here. I mean, I like his motor. I don't think it's too bad for a heavyweight. I think he doesn't gas out. Yeah, he slows down like every other heavyweight, basically, but he does have that wrestling. He is strong, and I can see him getting some takedowns. His striking, though, it's just pretty much just overhands and lands big shots, and then he can knock you out. But as the fight goes on, too, he does. I mean, that power kind of wanes. But I mean, Mick Parkin, I mean, he's good. I mean, for a low heavyweight, let's be honest, and he's good for a round, and then he starts slowing down too. So to me, this could be sloppy. This could be sketchy. We've seen Usman in those sloppy, sketchy fights, and he's winning those. And every time he's an underdog, he's winning these fights too. So I think this will be another close one. Rather than picking a side or betting a side, I should say, I like the overs. I think that happens. I don't see a finish from either guy. So give me, but I'm just gonna ever so slightly lean more of a gut feeling that Usman gets done by a really crazy close decision, and love the overs.
Yeah, I like Mick Parkin. I think Mick Parkin's gonna be fine everywhere in this fight. He's huge compared to him today at face-offs. He's a giant heavyweight. Usually Usman, I don't know what he came in today. I know his last fight was like 238.
He's about the same, I think.
But like I said, Usman he showed good jiu-jitsu on the Contender Series, got the submission. He showed great boxing against Pogues, got that, beat him just standing through over 100 significant strikes, and showed good wrestling against Machado. I don't know why everybody's so low on that Machado, dude. I think that dude's actually going to get some wins in the UFC. I don't think he's as bad like as people think. His striking's really good. That's why like Usman would have definitely had to try to wrestle too against that dude. That dude's a Muay Thai black belt and a beast really in striking. But yeah, man, I like Parkin here. I think he keeps the fight standing. I think his boxing's way better than Usman's. Like, Usman might throw some power, but it's not technical, and it's not all the time. He's low output. The only reason he beat Jake Collier is because Collier gassed out. Collier beat him up in the first round. The second round was super close, and then the third round, Usman took him down, held him down. But yeah, well, I'm not high on Collier, but I do like Mick Parkin here, man. He's like 15-0 as a heavyweight, including his amateurs. He trains with good people, and I just think he's going to be pretty much better everywhere. I think he's going to have good enough wrestling to keep this fight standing. Like Justin Taffa, Usman only went 2 for 12 on Justin Taffa on takedown. So I think that Parkin's, has way better takedown defense. I think he's going to keep it standing and box up our boy Usman the whole time. Dennis said, Cody, I'm shocked you're high on Mick Parkin. He looked so bad against Machado. Yeah, I don't think Machado, and he didn't look bad. He won all 3 rounds and had wrestling, had some, but like I said, I think that Machado is going to get some wins. He's a big dude too, man. That dude was a 6'4" big boy too. What up, Raw Torque? He said, "What up, mother fluffers? What up, dude?" Silky Beast. It's sorry to hear that, Dixon. I got tipped to the pit bull inside the distance. Lucky random bet on recess duty. Don't see Usman having the strength advantage like he normally does. Yeah, exactly.
Maybe later in the fight.
Yeah. There will be blood. We appreciate you more than you know, man. He said, "I appreciate all three of you, man. We would super appreciate you for hanging out with us tonight. Keeping the show going, man. Appreciate you." SK said Usman over 0.5 takedowns, minus 140, or Parkin over 0.5 takedowns, minus 160. Got to go with Usman.
Yep.
Yeah, I would say if he might be able to land
for that bet.
Yeah. I'll be looking at the live odds during the Usman Parkin fight. Not a bad look. MMA sports bettors, appreciate you coming out, hanging out with us tonight, man. Payman 209 said, "Guys, we love you, but please go a little faster through the card." This dude. Yeah, we'll try.
Just for that, I'm gonna take my time. I'm gonna do a 10-minute breakdown.
4 hours
on fucking
4 hours pay, man.
What fight don't you want?
Payment
because I'm gonna do a 10-minute breakdown.
He's from the 209 now. He's angry.
Yeah, I'd be careful.
It's all good.
We appreciate you coming out.
Just
we'll try. We're not. I got work tomorrow, so we're gonna keep this short. Octagon said, "I think McParkin is slow, deliberate. Mo Juiceman scores takedowns, gets the boring decision. I hope not." Chronic Combat Conversation said his fight with Low Main was. Cole Perry in the house said, "Happy Friday, fellas. Cheers to another week of fights." Cheers, brother Trevor. Usman has that funny drunken uncle fight style. He does. He really does. Ventries 23 MMA. What up? What up, bro? Fourth Density. Need Cody Gibson to have a great fight. He's going to. I promise that. Let's just put that on us, man. I told the man some positivity.
And maybe
just gonna come in and
maybe
negativity.
Maybe Usman has a good fight.
Yeah, Mick trains with good people. Yeah. Mick's younger. He's got the way higher ceiling, right? Nice undefeated heavyweight. Jamal Pogues beats Usman, in my opinion. You know what I mean? And he pieced up Pogues.
Just please, Cody, don't put Mick Parkin on this pedestal where Chelsea Chandler is for you.
She just got you a win last week. She got you a pick win,
it's
man.
A sloppy ass win.
Would be funny if TB just for laughs had a blow up Dolphin.
That would be pretty funny.
Good content.
Let's go raw. Let's go raw Torque. Would love that. Best pre-show in the game. Let's go Maestro. I've got a couple thoughts on this car. We can't wait to hear him. Everybody check out Maestro 2 on Twitter X, man. He puts out excellent information. And his YouTube channel is either up or coming. So be ready for it. He's a smart dude. Next fight real quick is Igor Servino versus Andre Lima. Yannick, what do you got, brother?
Yeah, this is I'm gonna watch this fight as a fan. I think this fight's gonna be fun during face-offs. I did see Severino a little bit bigger, which I thought they were gonna be about the same, but I think he's a little bit bigger. But I'm gonna go with Lima. I like the striking. I think he's got the better striking, the better kickboxing. He's got good combos, good takedown defense. If Severino wants to try to take this down, he's gonna be the better grappler. Severino is so, and he's really young. He's 20 years old. So, not to say that I'm fading a 20-year-old, but I kind of am because Lima does have a lot of good kickboxing experience.
You're an
Muay Thai.
man. You're an ageist.
A little bit, yeah.
Last week he was calling Rodriguez everything but good for beating up little kids. He said he beat up Raul Rosas and Sam.
Am I wrong?
Grown men, kinda.
Kinda. Okay. we know that they're really not, but they can act like it. Anyways, going with Lima, I'm gonna say he does get the knockout at one point, maybe second or third round. I think it'll be a fun first round, but I think he's gonna start pulling away in the second and third with his striking, and he's gonna be able to stuff those takedowns as well. So Lima by knockout, but I'm just gonna stay away. If I would play anything, I would just bet the under, like 2.5 if you want to do something crazy.
Okay. All right.
Not even that bad. Minus 135.
Yeah, and they're gonna be throwing blows all the time. Both of them got good finishes. TB, how you see it going down?
Yeah, I personally think that Lima, he's got a little bit of a better process to his game. Igor De Silva, Severino, whatever you want to call this guy. There's a lot of options for you, but ultimately I think he's kind of relied on overwhelming and dominating his opposition. I don't think that's going to be easy to do in this fight. And, kind of just looking back at some of the success that others have had, or lack thereof after the first round when unable to finish their opponent. Because, like, spoiler alert, I don't think either guy's necessarily finishing the other, especially not quickly in this matchup. So I'm picking Andre Lima, and to save myself a little juice, I'm going to do Lima and over 1.5. It's getting me to plus 110, and I feel like, you know, his process, his willingness to be patient, because, like, Zenedine didn't really want to bring him the fight, but Lima did well enough to, like, stick to his game plan and still get, like, a good process to winning a clear victory, even when the opponent didn't even want to fight. So I think, you know, we've seen him when an opponent wants to bring the fight, you know, he could put on a banger and end it early, but I got Andre Lima here, man. And I think tagging it to the over 1.5 is going to be just what you need for that plus money.
Do you have DraftKings?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. You could do Lima in over 4.5 minutes at plus 110.
What? They're slacking? Are you kidding me? I'm going to go lay that right now, Johnny. I appreciate that. It's a little piece right there. I'll throw a little bit on that.
I like that.
Yeah, it's a good time. Everybody wants to have a good time.
Yeah, this fight's tough, dude. This fight's really tough because Andre Lima, man, he's good. Like, he's got the kickboxing, Muay Thai, a couple of, like, pro fights before he ever got into MMA. Fast, he comes like he's comes forward like when he just walks you down, kind of can tire you out just from feints. You know what I mean? Because you don't know what he's doing. But he showed fast hips. But both, like I said before on the other show, both these guys fought little guys on the Contender Series. Like, both their opponents just seemed littler than them. But Lima showed good takedown defense. The guy that he fought, another Brazilian dude, didn't seem like he had good takedowns though, but he did seem like he had fast hips. Igor, to me, is going to be more well-rounded here because he's got good striking too. I don't think it's going to be as good as Lima's, but he's also got wrestling, jiu-jitsu, and he's got good cardio, good pressure, and he'll try to chain wrestle. So this is gonna be a tough fight, man. I would not really bet this fight anyway until you see what happens with these dudes, because it's kind of like unknown. You know what I mean? A lot about these guys. They both beat up dudes that shouldn't really been on the Contender Series with them. Like, neither guy that they fought had a chance. So it's hard to tell what you're really gonna get. But give me Lima. I'm going to say he can stop the takedowns. I know on the Contender Series, Igor, in the first round, his striking didn't look all that great. He was getting hit a little bit. He had to shoot the takedowns, and then he ended up finishing the guy in the second. But give me Lima, but not a lot of confidence here. Let's see. Maestro said Lima via decision in the over. Okay. Extensive kickboxing career, and a show that he can keep range, stay safe. With both being debutantes, I think they will be hesitant. Yeah. Why the Lima line crashed to minus 140 today? I've seen that. All of a
he's
sudden,
minus 155 at the moment. He was like minus 180 all week.
A lot of lines crashed today that don't make any sense.
Yes.
100%. Those March Madness bettors getting that money back and trying to throw it down.
No shit. Yeah.
Gotta get those dogs.
Eric Savala said, I would think all the favorites would go up, dude. That's usually when the casual money comes in. They're just like, that's what I do. When I bet football, I'm never like, if I don't know anything about it, I'm never going to take the underdog. I'm just going to bet the fucking Chiefs.
That's all you need.
You know what I mean? Like, that's what I'm going to do. But Eric Savala, my dude, what is up? He said, making a grilled cheese and watching the guys.
Got tomato soup? Tomato soup, Eric?
Brother.
Better have some tomato soup.
Everybody follow Eric too. Sexy Boy Bets on Instagram, man. He puts out good bets every single week. Yeah. Next fight. Montserrat Rendone versus Daria
Zeleznyakova from Russia with love.
Can
we spend at least 25 minutes on this fight, though?
No. Daria Zeleznyakova, the latest James Bond villain. You think it's the love interest, and next thing you know, she's punching him in the face with a 1-2 combo.
Stabbing him in the back.
Daria Zeleznyakova.
Yeah, in this fight, I wouldn't bet anything on this fight. To tell you the truth, I'm going to take Daria because I think she's like at least really good in one area of fighting, which is stand up. I don't think her takedown defense and her grappling is as bad as it looked. I think that like her loss was the earliest stoppage you're ever going to see in a fight ever. And there's like 1 second left. Like Dixon just like had her back and was landing some shots, but it wasn't like mounted, dropping elbows or nothing. But I'm going to take Daria over Rendone, just because Rendone, she's not that good. She has okay striking. She's a big girl. She has okay clinch and then like okay grappling, but you're never really going to see it that much because her wrestling's not good. So give me the girl that's at least really good at striking, more dangerous. Give me Daria, but I'm not betting on it. Johnny, how do you see it go down?
Yeah, I'm going to go with Daria as well. Way better striking for sure. And face-offs, they actually look pretty decent. And I would maybe say that Daria is a little bit taller and a little bit bigger bigger than I thought. Let's put it that way. So Rendone's only chance to win, I think, is to get the wrestling and basically control time, win the minutes that way. I mean, Daria's going to land the more damage, the more strikes on the feet. I think she can. It depends on Rendone because we've only seen her once, but like if she can hold her down, I mean, she's probably going to win for at least 2 rounds, but I don't think she can. And she's not dangerous at all, Rendone. She's got 6 decision wins and 3 of them have been by split. So they're all close. But if it's going to be a close fight, I can guarantee you probably Daria is going to be outstriking her and she'll probably win a close split decision then. So give me Daria to win. I'm going to say by decision too, but I'm not betting this fight. If I do, it would probably be the overs, and that's it.
Okay. All right. Tyler, how you see it going down?
Yeah, I feel like I have to take Znakova, but I'm not going to parlay her out here. I just need to learn a little bit more before I'm going to trust her at above minus 200. Like, there's nothing that tells me I can trust it with my money in this spot. And, oh, yeah, I'd love the over because Rendone, she's undefeated. She's never been finished, but it's also minus 280. And, man, that just doesn't feel good. So I'm going to have to pass from a betting perspective. But, I mean, if Daria is who she says she is, then realistically you can probably get some value on Daria by decision. She's probably just going to land. It's going to look kind of like Sam Hughes' last fight against Yasmin Jauregui. I feel like it's just going to be a mutilation, and maybe she doesn't get finished, but it's just going to be enough to win cleanly.
Yeah. So, yeah, I would stay away from betting this fight. Papa Chuck said, "Yo, homies, what up? What up?" Papa Chuck said, "Tip of the week: fight doesn't go to decision in Hamos Arosa fight at minus 250. Sprinkle it in a parlay. Yep. Only like 4 or 5 of their fights, have lost when going to decision for sure." Papa Chuck, appreciate you coming out, man. Octagon outcome. Octagon says, "I like Daria in this spot, for sure. Nice, crisp, powerful striking. She does." Eric said, "Not betting, but I'd take the Russian with love."
Yes.
Anakin Skywalker in the building. What is up, man? Appreciate you coming out.
You were the chosen one.
The cynical A Slayer. Daria is lacking the high testosterone of the other girl, to be honest. What is up? Appreciate you coming out tonight. We got 255 people here right now, 253. Everybody smash that like button for your boys, man. We should get 253 likes right now if you haven't already hit it, man. Smash the like button for us.
Like, in all reality, come on. Like, seriously, it's so easy. And you guys are already watching. You're doing all the work. You're already doing all the work. Now do the right thing, okay?
Do the right thing. Spike Lee style. I'm going with the Russian girl.
Going with the Russian.
Let's see. Next fight. I'm going with the Steven Nugent, as Johnny would say.
It's Nugent.
It's win.
Yeah. We're going to go with Steven Win.
Correctly then.
That's what I said.
I agree.
You want to be called something. Yeah. And, you could even go WINN, WYNN.
I'm just saying, Duran showed you how to do it. If you want to be Duran Win, just be Duran Win.
Exactly.
Steve Nugent versus Jarno Erens. Yanni K, you can start this one.
Yeah, I'm going to go with Win to win this one. He's making his UFC debut. He's well-rounded, got good striking, good wrestling. I like his power in his hands. He's got good stuff like that. Cardio is good too, and good volume. Erens, he's a very good striker as well. Good kicks. He's durable, good cardio too. But I just think Stevie Wynn can get this one done. Mix in some wrestling. I think he's got the more power in his hands too. And I think it's going to be a close fight. I like this fight to go over again. I'm not picking a side or betting a side, I should say, but I like the overs, and I do think Win will squeak out a win here, and it's going to be a close 29-28.
Okay. All right, Tyler, how you see it going down?
Yeah, listen, give me motocross here. Jarno Erens, the former motocross rider. I feel like at first fight, they're like, "Hey, buddy, we're going to, you're from the Netherlands. That's close to France, right? Let's fly you out to fight William Gomi. Like, that guy's really good." Next up, they're like, "Hey, let's fly you out to Singapore, buddy. Come on down. We'll give you a nice vacation, and you can fight Sang-Woo Choi in your second fight." That doesn't seem really fair to me. Now they're giving him Stephen Wynn off of Dana White's Contender Series, where they needed to have this guy fight 3 separate times to finally win a dominant finish. And who's it against? It's AJ... you know, I didn't quite hold the Bible in the octagon, but I affiliate with Bryce Mitchell Cunningham. And it's like that guy's just a walking punching bag. Like he literally is just chin first. And that guy actually is landing some stuff on Win and lasting way longer than he ever should have. I don't think that Win has what it takes to get Erens out of there. And if this is going to be going to decision, I think Erens has the better clinch and ground game overall. I mean, he has Choi, like that step in uppercut that he lands. He throws combos with kickboxing, like whether it's calf kicks into a punch or a body kick into a straight cross. I think Erens just has a lot more tools in the toolbox here, whereas like Winnie's just like a boxing guy. So how does he respond to the calf kicks here? How does he respond to a guy like Erens is willing to play off the back foot, but he's also going to come smashing forward into your face. So no, Stephen fought in the Contender Series thrice, my friend, 3 times, even funnier. And 2 of them went to decision. And they were like, well, you got to earn it, my friend. You got to earn it.
He got knocked out in the first one right at the end by Elon Cruz. Right. And then the second one
against Elon Cruz.
Yeah.
Elon Cruz. That's all I got to say here. Give me motocross, baby.
Hey, it happens to the best. I mean, look at Kennedy losing at OSP.
Never happened to John Jones.
I mean, OSP is on the juicy juice.
Dude.
John Jones lost a couple fights. Let's be honest.
I just looked at but I just looked at Stephen Wynn. He doesn't look like he's on the juicy juice. And Yarno Erens, that's a big dude. I mean, the face-off, he looks ready to go. He's sizing him up.
Yeah, I'm happy. I got Jarno Erens at plus 180. I put 2 units on him. Watching tape, it's like I don't see where Steve wins all that great, dude. What do you think Jarno Erens is going to do to Cunningham? He's going to put him out too. Almost finished Gomez. He got a split decision, lost him. Where Gomez is good. I'm high on that dude. I'm high on freaking Choi too. Them were both top like 25 guys in my opinion. Choi fought all the best, like had super tough fights. His only easy fight was like Halau and freaking Arosa. But
Trezano
ain't bad, man.
Yeah,
double knockdown.
I heard a rumor that Trezano, I shouldn't even say that he might have gotten in trouble with something to do with the Kraus stuff or something. That's what somebody told me.
Oh,
somebody kind of important. But in this, I just like Aaron. I think Wynn's got decent
DJ
boxing.
like all of us.
Yeah. Ain't that the truth? But yeah, man, like Wynn, he's got decent boxing. But dude, like Cunningham was piecing him up for lots of parts of that fight. Like in the first round, Cunningham might have been winning that fight, and then he got dropped right at the end of the first round with like 5 seconds left. Came out in the second, was on wobbly legs the whole round, and was still landing a bunch of shots on Wynn. And then Wynn ended up finishing towards the end of the second. But we know just like AJ Cunningham isn't all that great. So I think Erens has way more versatile striking, better kicks, and he has good judo and good jiu-jitsu. So at plus 180, dude, I was all over that. I think that, Wynn's another Contender Series debutant that comes in and people think he looks really good because he beat up somebody that isn't that good. But once you get to UFC level guys, and plus, I mean, even Erens looked good on the regional scene, got wins over guys like Max Koger and some other people. So give me Erens plus 180, and I'll take the dog on this one, man. Got to show me. You got to show me, Nugent. Let's see. You
got to show me, Nugent. You got to win.
Yeah. Octagon says got to go with Steve Wynn here. Good boxing. He does have good boxing. At this price, has to be Erens inside the distance. You can see flashes of skill. Wynn leaves too many openings. Yeah, Cunningham was touching him at times. If Aaron loses, is he cut? Maybe. He's an action fighter. So I don't know, but it's 3 losses, Crazy how we haven't heard anything about the Kraus situation in a year and a half. Yeah. No, you probably won't. I mean, I don't even think you got charges or nothing. So next fight is in the men's bantamweight division. We got Miles Johns versus Cody Gibson. Tyler, I'm waiting to hear your breakdown on this.
Oh man, I feel like I gotta go with Chapo here. I think that Cody Gibson, I mean, he's shown that he doesn't necessarily know how to use his reach to his advantage. When he comes forward, it's to get in the pocket and brawl. And I think Miles Johns is going to demonstrate that he has a lot more power than our friend Brad Katona. And to see how Cody Gibson was reacting to the power of Brad Katona, I know that he like specifically provoked him inside the Tough House to like get him to fight fun, but I mean, dude, that's not good. And you get signed to the UFC off of the fact that like you come up with a banger fight in that performance, but I mean, he looked brutal at the weight cut today. And I think Miles Chapo Johns, Like, he got suspended for picograms. Like, dude, that means you're on a masking agent. Don't fucking lie to me. Like, you don't get picograms of anything in your system unless you're actively taking shit. Like, don't lie, okay? Like, okay, it wasn't cocaine. It wasn't cocaine. That was a misunderstanding, okay? But you were on fucking, like, some type of anabolic steroids. I mean, his nickname's Chapo. How can you get us confused, right? Like, it wasn't the cocaine. Someone else on that card actually tested positive. Was it Juan Camilo Ronderos or someone else? I forget. But yeah, but Miles Chapo Johns in this spot, I think he's got the counter wrestling to make sure that Cody Gibson doesn't take him down. I think his cardio, is going to be fine at this stage. He's been actively training. He's obviously, like, USADA's gone. He's obviously back on the juice that he got suspended for. Like, come on. You look and you see what he looks like in the gym there. And I was like, oh, wow, Trey Ogden looks so good too. But we'll talk about that later because only one of the guys actually looked good at their weigh-in. And that was Miles Chapo Johns. Cody Gibson looked a little like Trey Ogden did. I mean, that dude, like, it looked like his ligaments were, like, popping out of his skin, how sucked out he was. Wasn't ideal. Yeah, and he's going to want to get into war. I mean, this dude is old as fuck, man. He's 36 and a half. Like, what are they trying to promote this guy for off of Tough? Like, what is happening? Listen, I'm in my 30s as well. So let's put it, but if you throw me in an octagon with Chapo,
barely
come
in
on.
my 30s.
36, man. Jeez.
Come on. Yeah, exactly. Thank you. I mean, Shady, I appreciate you. I'm trying not to put out as many AIDS parlays because, listen, if you're getting Miles Chapo Johns at minus 142, I think you're getting enough value there. And I think, I'm pretty sure the fight goes the distance. But just given how Gibson looked and the fact that his chin is available, I'm just going to go ahead and take the money line.
Okay. Yanni?
I also like Johns here. I like his wrestling. He can always get it going if he needs to. I like his counters. He's got good boxing. And like TB said, Gibson, he doesn't really use his range well. He is open for counters. He likes to brawl it out in the pocket with boxing, and he doesn't win a lot of those times because he doesn't use his reach to his advantage. And I mean, he's strong. He's durable. He's tough. I don't think there's gonna be a finish, but I think if there is a finish, it's probably gonna be on the John side, maybe early on. But if not, I think this fight does go to decision, and I think it will. But I think Johns will be landing the harder shots. I think he'll be landing the better counters, and it might slow Gibson down. Maybe he can get some wrestling going later in the fight too. So, because Gibson's takedown defense isn't all that great, so I think he can get those takedowns if he needs them, or for whatever reason, if he wants to switch it up, keep him guessing, all that stuff. So Johns look good in the scales. I don't have any worries about that. I know he's taking on short notice, but it's not like it's super short notice or anything, not like a week or 3 days or whatever. But yeah, give me Johns, and I think he's going to win by decision.
Yeah, I like Cody Gibson. I like him a lot. I think he's got better striking, better volume, just better technical striking. He's going to have just as good a wrestling. He's a college wrestler himself, taught high school wrestling. It's not like Miles John was some NCAA champion. I think he wrestled 1 year. I don't even know if he wrestled in college, to be honest. I think he was really good in high school and then just didn't go to college. But yeah, man, when was the last time Miles Johns used wrestling to beat anybody? He used defensive wrestling last time against Dan Argueta, but that's an easy fight for him because Dan Argueta doesn't have striking, and then he didn't have the better wrestling. So how was he going to win that fight? You know what I mean? And unless John's gassed out, which he was on Turnaball or whatever last time, so that helps. But in this fight, like, Cody Gibson has the perfect style to beat Miles Johns. We've already seen it, like a Bautista and like John Castaneda, people that can box really good, put a bunch of volume on him, and then stop his wrestling and wrestle themselves. And that's been the key to beat him, man. And Miles Johns never beat anybody good in his life. He's not.
Who has Cody Gibson beat?
I mean, I thought he beat Brad Katona last fight.
You think Brad Katona's good?
mean, who did Brad Katona just beat or lose to? That was bad.
Yeah, but he just got boxed up. But all them dudes are going to box up.
Katona should have won that fight, though, but he didn't.
Yeah, but Miles Johns.
I meant like he should have won. He didn't actually win.
Right.
I thought he lost.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think Garrett Armfield is going to be all that bad either, though. But I just don't. I mean, I bet Miles Johns last time because he had the better boxing and he had the better wrestling. But here, like, he doesn't throw any volume, dude. On the feet, Miles Johns doesn't throw volume. And when Cody Gibson Cody Gibson scored more points in a loss than Miles Johns does in a win. Like, go look, he scored like 66.6 points last fight. Miles Johns scored like 67 with the 30 you get from the win. So I think Cody Gibson's going to put way more volume on him. Like Cody Gibson fought Aljamain Sterling in his first UFC run, had 4 takedowns on Aljamain Sterling. You think he's going to get out wrestled by Miles Johns? I don't think so. So give me Cody Gibson, man, with volume, hitting harder shots, and just putting a pace on Miles John, wearing him out.
Could I run some stats by you, Cody?
Get your stats going, man.
So the last fight with Brad Katona, he did throw a lot. He had 164 strikes.
So like 161, right?
Yeah, but after that, he's never thrown more than 50 strikes in the UFC.
Yeah.
Or before that, I'm sorry. So that was like a one-off line.
You got to think, who's he fighting? Who's he fighting? Marab? Aljamain? The Marab grappling match. I thought he fought Marab, didn't he?
No, he fought Aljamain, his first fight.
Okay, I'm mixed up that camp. But he fought some other tough people in the UFC, though.
Manvel Gabarian?
Manny Gambarian.
He lost.
He was actually pretty decent. He's a wrestler, too. Who? Douglas De Silva Andrade is good too. All these dudes beat Miles John.
Went to decision. He only threw 30 strikes that fight.
They probably grapple a little bit, and that dude hits hard.
There was no grappling. There was no takedowns.
Well, that dude hits hard. Douglas De Silva Andrade is beating up Miles Johns. You ever seen him fight?
I've seen him. I'm just saying. I don't think
7 years
Cody
ago.
did throw a ton.
So what happens
in the last fight?
What happens if he puts 150 significant strikes on fucking Miles Johns? What happens?
But then it's not an outlier.
What?
That one fight with Katona was an outlier.
Or maybe that's just how he's fighting now. Did you see him fight on the contender?
That's what I'm saying. Maybe you gotta give me some consistency here. That's like you're going from 30 strikes to 160.
But he's fighting other grapplers and stuff. If you know Manny Gambarian, dude, he's a fucking judo guy with Carl Parisian. He's a grappler. I guarantee they had to grapple in that fight. And then Aljamain Sterling's grappling. Who else did he fight?
Douglas Andrade.
Yeah,
there was no grappling.
That dude's a beast, bro.
But I'm just saying.
What?
He tried 5 takedowns though.
On who? De Silva?
Yeah.
Do you know who that dude is? That dude's a beast.
I do not know who De Silva is. The Andrade De Silva, because there's so many of them.
You do too. He's the dude.
I'm joking.
I don't even know. I don't know what's going on right now.
But I'm just saying, Cody.
I bet Cody Gibson, because he's going to have the wrestling to stop Miles Johns, and he's going to put the pressure on him with the volume. Let's see. Yeah, I don't know. They said Lynn's got cut. I didn't even see that.
I saw that, and that's ridiculous.
Yeah, that's crazy.
I guess you don't want any more light heavyweights that are actually pretty decent.
He could probably beat Corey Anderson from what I've seen today, maybe. All right. Men's featherweight, Ricardo Hamos versus Julian Arosa. Johnny, you can start this one.
Yeah, this is gonna be a fun fight for however long it lasts. Hamos is well-rounded, explosive striking. He's got those knees and good grappling, good spinning attacks, and likes to push forward and go for the kill. And Arosa is kind of the same thing. He's got good striking, throws tons of volume, gets hit a shit ton, but he's got some good submissions under his belt. But as we know, his chin is dusty, and he's been knocked out 7 times in his career. So I can't pick him. He may be the better fighter here, but I'm not picking him because it only takes one, just like Phil Hawes. Phil Hawes was the way better fighter against Bruno Ferreira, and he got binked. And I think he's going to get binked here. So give me Hamos by first round knockout because both these guys go for it. They're not going to sit back and stay at range and pick somebody apart. These guys are finishers, and you can't change your style. And Arosa is going to do the same thing as he always does. He's going to get hit. It may not even look bad, but you can see it in his eyes. He's going to be a little stunned. And like that Padilla fight, it was over. Like it wasn't even a good shot. And he was just, you could tell he wasn't there anymore. So I think Hamos will get it done. If not, then Arosa will get it done because these guys are finishers and they're going to get finished and they've been finished a ton. So I'll say Hamos by knockout. I'll say first round knockout.
I like it. Tyler, how you see it going down?
Yeah, I think Hamos kind of lacks the one-punch power of some other people. I think a lot of his finishing equity comes from like spinning back elbows and like getting stuff done on the ground. His striking is okay, but you see a guy, I think he's tentative to kind of go forward, and I don't think he's a guy that can fight off the back foot for more than like a round and be successful. And he's a guy that melts. I didn't think he looked particularly great at the weigh-ins today. Ricardo Hamos, Arosa, big dude, keeps getting in better shape. And yeah, I mean, the question is, can you knock him out in round 1? Because if you can't, I mean, this guy's going to absolutely smother you over the course of the rest of the fight. Like you're not knocking him out the rest of the fight if you didn't do it in round 1. Like that's the true test of the type of power that you have. So, I mean, listen, am I going to have a little flyer on Ricardo Hamos by round 1 finish? You probably have to, because that's just the way Arosa fights. But I have a couple units out on Julian Arosa, like plus 140. I felt like this is clearly a fight that he's going to take over and win round 2 and round 3. And I just need him to survive the first. Now, that means I could get in more live if I want to. If we're at 4 minutes left in round 1 and he's a plus 400 dog, I am jumping all over the Arosa ticket, because that means he ate the damage and survived and is about to start putting it on. We'll see how it goes. There's going to be plenty of live betting opportunities, so keep your eyes open as it goes, as there always is. You know, if you're watching the fights as a fan, you better keep that betting app open and logged in, because you're going to get the opportunity to bet Peyton Talbot instead of minus 1,000 when he opens the fight at the beginning of round 2. You're going to get him at minus 110 versus Dan Argueta. So there's going to be opportunities like that throughout your life if you're paying close enough attention. So just make sure you take a look.
For sure. AJ, what is up, man? Appreciate you coming out. Yeah, I got it's just like with my Phil Hawes pick with Ferreira. Like, I wanted to pick Phil Hawes. I'm like, man, he's probably the better fighter. But with Arosa, dude, I've been on him when he's gotten beat in all these fights. Even the Steve Peterson fight was close and he didn't even get knocked out. He fights really good sometimes, you know, like against Charles Jourdain, Sean Woodson and all them guys. And then sometimes he doesn't look all that great. And then sometimes he, you know, just gets chinned in the first 60 seconds. So I'm not confident on this fight at all. I am confident. I don't think it goes to decision. I think one of these guys, because either Hamos is going to do something earlier, or like you said, Arosa would take over late. They're in the small cage. Arosa pushes a pace, comes forward with his hands down at all times. So somebody's going to land something. Give me Hamos. No confidence on the money line, but give me the fight does not go to decision. We got that on the
first
ladder challenge on our Defender Units ladder challenge. Octagon says can't bet on a dusty chin, taking around most in this one. Yeah, Arosa's been KO'd. I don't trust him 7 times. Yeah, off first glance, you think Billy Q, but I bet is a lot plus 136 early in the week. Yeah, that's a good line. And twice it has happened to him recently. Yeah, 3 of his last 3 losses are in the first round KOs. Let's go. Tyler's on Juicy J. Guys,
the guy.
Don't think I left just washing dishes at work. I'm tuned in. Let's go, Dixon. Let's go. All right. Ooh, this is another freaking good one, too. I know Tyler's not like this one. Both Tyler's probably. Men's lightweight, Trey Ogden versus Kurt Halau. Who started last one?
I think I did.
Okay. Tyler, let me hear what you got on this one then.
All right. We're going. The nicknames here for me. I love Samurai Ghost from Trey Ogden. I'm curious if he got it from like Ghost of Tsushima, or I need to know what the answer is. But the thing here is Kurt Halau. He didn't really have a nickname. So I dig deep into the Kurt Russell movies and I was like, oh shit, Death Proof? That's perfect. Kurt Halau is Death Proof. So honestly, the more I keep looking into this fight during the week, the more I know I got to take Death Proof here, man. Like this guy, he's going to be the one swinging the heavier shots. Trey Ogden's either going to be relying on boring top control and hugging, or dancing around the outside throwing jabs. And Halau, he's not quite as bad as Nick Moda, where, I mean, if this fight gets on the mat, like, you're playing right into his territory. Mm-hmm. So I know he's going to jump an idiotic gilly at some point, but I've seen him able to, like, stand up from it too. Trey Ogden, I mean, that dude looked terrible at the weigh-ins today. Oh, my God. So do I expect him to have 3 rounds of cardio here? No, it's Death Proof time. Plus 130. You got to take him by submission. Also, how many sub losses does Trey Ogden have? So
3.
Let's have a good time. Thank you, Johnny. Let's have a good time here. Tyler, 138 MMA. Got to shout out you too, because you were telling me all about it on the show, and I'm coming around. It's Death Proof time. We're going Kurt Halau.
I like it. Yanni, how you see it going down?
I'm going to go with Kurt's nickname as Kurt Tombstone Halau. That's just mine, but I'm the only one here. Cool. I'm also going to go with Halau as well. I think he's the more dangerous guy. And as TB said, if this fight does get to the mat, which is where Ogden probably wants to get this fight, because he's really not the greatest striker. He just throws good jabs and good little leg kicks here and there, but he's not going to finish anybody on the feet. Halau is very good on the feet, so he's going to have the striking advantage as well. And I think he's got the grappling, and he's more dangerous on the mat, whether it's off his back, whether he's going to be on top, whatever. So I think Ogden's only path to victory here is just basically not get finished, and he may win the decision. But I think Halau is going to get that sub eventually at one point. And maybe second or third round sell. But I like Halau at plus money. Plus 130 is a good bet. I like it. And I'm on that as well. I think he gets it done.
Yeah, I like Halau here too. I just think I just think he's going to throw more volume, take more chances. If Ogden, feels the pressure like Austin Hubbard did and takes a bad shot, he's going to get finished. Halau is just more dangerous everywhere. He's going to throw more volume. He's a junkyard dog. I got him at plus 125. I bet him today, put 2.5 units to win like 3.12 and a 125 or 3.15, whatever. And I like
going for the pie return.
Yeah, 3.14, whatever. But yeah, man, I like him. I like he's got the dog in him. Halabaw's low output most of the time. And even if it goes to the ground, like I said, Halabaw's always working. Like you don't see many people just put the pressure on Austin Hubbard like that. Not that Austin Hubbard's that great, but he's usually putting the pressure on people, and busting them. And Halau was the one making him take terrible shots just because he comes forward throwing heat. So we'll see, man. Got to take the dog, man. Junkyard dog at dog money. Those are the rules. I don't make the rules.
Them's the rules.
Yep. So let's see. Halau by KO is juicy. He never KO'd. But yeah, it is. I bet it pays good. Kurt by second round sub. Let's go.
Haven't KO'd anybody in 7 years.
Kurt been
in UFC.
Yeah. I don't think he ever KO'd anybody in the UFC.
No.
Halau is going to hurt Ogden. Let's go, Tyler. Let's go. Halau, 2 round 3. Let's go, Evan. That's awesome, dude. So, we're all on him. What could go wrong? Everybody's on him.
Love it.
An underdog. So,
yes, sir.
But it's going to be a good fight. It's definitely going to be a good fight. This one's going to be a freaking fire fight. Men's featherweight, Luis Pojelo versus Fernando Padilla. Yannick, you can start this one.
This one's going to be a fun fight. I like both guys. I think they're both entertaining. They're going to come for it and try to get the finish. But Pojelo, making his UFC debut, he, like I said, likes to push forward, throw tons of volume. He's got good cardio. Takedown defense, though, isn't great. But luckily for him, he's probably okay here. But does have a good get-up game. And then Padilla is a little unorthodox, little aggressive striker. He does have the reach advantage of almost 6 inches, I believe. He's 2 inches taller. He does have pretty good grappling and good submissions, but he doesn't really initiate it as much as maybe you would think with all the submissions on his record. But I think this fight's going to be super close, and I'm just going with Padilla because I just think he's a little bit more dynamic with the striking. Maybe he can land something crazy. Also, he's going to have that reach advantage, and I do think that's going to play a little bit of a part in this fight. But I don't blame anybody going for the dog here because I think he's a junkyard dog. And it's just going to be one of those fights where both guys are super tough and they're going to try to go for the finish. And the first round might be crazy, but I think after that, I think this fight does go to decision if it doesn't get finished in the first. So, contrarian John's going to say, I'm going to, I like the over 2.5 here, which is what, minus 105. I like it. I think both guys are tough. You got a Mexican and a Peruvian fighting. And you know how they roll. They don't get finished. And I don't think both guys ever been finished either. So, but I'll say Padilla by decision.
Okay. Tyler, how you see it going down?
Fernando El Valiente Padilla and Luis Corazón de León Pajuelo. I like Pajuelo, man. I think Padilla is a little slow. And I think he likes working off the counter in the pocket, but when you get all the way inside and what you throw are hooks and he's got some uppercuts, but I think that Pajuelo is going to have a more varied attack successfully. Padilla does not love the leg kicks. He's got a very thin frame. Like he's all arms. It's really weird when you like look at him, it's like 90% of his body mass is in his arms. And they're so long too, but he doesn't know how to use his reach. He likes, kind of like waltzing forward and, he'll eat a calf kick, he'll throw a looping shot, and he'll try to get in these crazy car crashes in the pocket. But, it works when Julian Arosa, when you're eating a strike from someone that has like a 5-inch reach advantage, it lands harder when that hook connects in the pocket. I don't think Hamos has that same things, but like Padilla, that's what he does. Now, Pajuelo, I don't think he's just going down if he gets landed on. He's not just going to drop and that'll be the fight. And, he doesn't have those chin concerns, even against a bigger power puncher like this. So I know Pajuelo is a little bit smaller, but I think it works his his advantage in the pocket. I mean, just attack the body, throw those kicks to the body. You're going to be able to land the leg kicks. You're going to be able to get into a car crash here. That's what Padilla wants too. And you're not going to have to worry about a reach advantage, essentially. So that's why I'm going to take the dog. I think the fight goes the distance. I think it's a war, and I think it's a close one. It reminds me of the Danny Silva spot last week. You're getting the guy with better volume who technically doesn't have as much experience as the other guy, but the other guy likes, kind of counter punching and has never really landed the type of volume. So I think Popuelo just has him outclassed in that department. I think the cardio Padilla is not going to hold up when he has to keep fighting after he hasn't been able to find a finish in the first. So all of his losses come by decision too. Like, he's got plenty of losses. He's willing to do it. So there's no way I could find myself on the chalk here on the Padilla side. I had to go with the Lionheart, Corazon de Leon. This isn't like Anshul Jubilee. It's not that King of Lions or whatever it was, but this is the Corazon de Leon. I feel good.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I like Padilla. I like the level of experience that he has. I like his well-rounded skills. He's been in there with Dan Ige, you know what I mean? So, I mean, if he can handle Dan Ige's pressure in boxing, I'm sure that he's going to be able to handle Luis's. Luis is a junkyard dog. He does come forward with boxing, but that's like all I really seen that he has. He'll throw a powerful leg kick here and there. Offensive and defensive grappling isn't the greatest, but he's a dog. Like, he's not just going to pretty much let you hold him down. But like in this fight, it's perfect for Padilla's style because he's more of a counter striker, like against Kyle Nelson. Why Kyle Nelson beat him was because like the first round they were going at it. Padilla won that round pretty clearly. And the second round, and that was when Nelson was coming at him. In the second round, Nelson started hanging back and took the Trey Ogden fight like style. And all he was doing was throwing a jab, a power leg kick, and then he would come over the top with big right hands, and he kept catching Padilla a little bit. But it kind of like seemed like it threw him off. And then because then he was coming forward, and then Nelson started counterpunching him. That's not going to happen here, dude. Puello ain't taking steps back. But the difference is when he comes in here, like Padilla has all kinds of front kicks to the face, front kicks to the body. He's got excellent step in knees, dude. He's huge. Throws really good boxing, fast, powerful boxing, and excellent counters. And then if this fight does like any type of slip, whatever, this fight goes to the ground or Luis gets hit hard and he shoots in a bad takedown, man, Padilla's got good submissions. He's got more submissions than knockouts. He's got 8 submissions. So he's going to be more dangerous on the ground. He's super tough. Like I said, been in there with Dan Ige, went to decision, and that was like his first loss of his career. And he's been in there with some other pretty tough dudes too. Earlier on, like in his losses are like pretty decent dudes. But Spike Carlisle, Kyle Nelson. But yeah, man, Luis is a dog, and that's the kind of style he's going to bring. And I actually think Padilla finishes him here, dude. Padilla's a finisher. Luis is a finisher. I know neither one's been finished, but like if you watch Padilla's regional scene fights too, he loves getting in a dog fight too, dude. And he's won a lot of them. He finishes them guys. So this is going to be a dog fight, I think, from the opening second. I've never seen Luis Puello like any of his fights be like slow, low-paced fights, man. This is going to be a fight. And I think one of these dudes is going to catch the other with a really big shot sometime. I mean, I think it kind of could go over under 1.5 rounds, to be honest. Like usually both guys are finishers, and I usually want them to be finishable too, but I just think the small cage, Puello literally kind of fights like Trevor Peak. You know what I mean? He has no striking defense. He's super hittable, but he just wants to hit you harder than he hits him. Fortunately, he's been fighting lower level guys, and that worked on, except one dude was able to use some movement and some good striking, was able to take what he had. But Padilla is going to be tearing up his leg. He's going to be counter striking him, dude. I think that Luis is way too hittable here, man. So I got Padilla. I got him at -155, put 3.1 units to win 2, and hope he gets it done. But it's going to be a fight. It's like we said, these are 2 tough dudes, Peruvian and Mexican, man. That's about as tough as you can get. So it's going to be a good one. Next fight is in the men's bantamweight division. This is going to be a good one, boys. Peyton Talbot versus Cameron Simone. Who started the last one?
I did.
You did? You can start it, Johnny.
It don't matter.
Yeah, I think Tyler did.
I don't even remember.
It's better when I got 4 because I go around a square. I keep going back.
Yeah. Yeah, this is gonna be a very fun fight. Talbot, we've seen him in the last couple times. Like, he's a very high volume striker. He can be taken down and controlled, but he's like a good get up game, good cardio. He's durable. He's a little green still, but like I see the flashes, and he's only had 7 fights, so I like what I see, though. I'll say that. But Saman, well-rounded guy, good grappling, good striking. He does leave himself open for counters a little bit sometimes. Takedown defense isn't great, but he doesn't have to worry about that here. His wrestling, it's okay. I wish it was a little bit better at this point, but he's still young. He's still green. He's still learning on the job, too. So good fight. It sucks that they both have to fight each other at this point in their careers because they're both young, working their way up. But I just ever so slightly lean Talbet to win. I just think if he's losing in this fight, he's the one that's going to come back and win. I don't think if Saman's losing, I don't think he's going to come back and win. So it's just going to be that close. I really do think it's going to be that close. I like this fight to go over again. I think both guys are tough and they have good cardio. Usually Talbot does out cardio his opponents. I don't think Saman will gas, but so it'll be interesting to see, what's going to be in the third round when both these guys are still coming at each other. I think it's going to be a very fun fight. So I'm just going to stay away from picking a side. I do like the overs in this fight a lot. So I'm just going to go Talbot ever so slightly by decision.
Okay, we have 358 people in here. Smash that like button. And also, everybody, this is probably the most important fight on this card, to be honest. Let us know in the chat, who do you guys got in this? Let's see who everybody's got, who the people's got. In this fight, I just want proven. I like to have my provens. You know how I like to do with the proven. So I'm taking Simon. I thought Talbot was supposed to be a little bigger than him. He didn't look bigger in their face-offs.
A little bit. Wee bit.
Yeah. Okay. Well, he didn't. He's supposed to be a couple inches taller, but he didn't look too much bigger. But Simon, I mean, very well rounded. I think as we've seen, like if anybody's going to have the grappling advantage, it's going to be him. Like that seems to be like the hole in Talbot's game at this point. So, and Simon, he's shown decent grappling in fights. Decent reversals. Him and Rodriguez, Christian Rod, my boy Christian C-Rod. You guys know that dude, C-Rod. Fights.
I unfortunately keep getting introduced to him.
Yeah, he's all right. He can fight. But yeah, man, that was a good fight. And Simon had some moments in that, and he's fighting a dude that's, a tweener. He was 140 for that fight. But yeah, man, Talbot's like a Terminator. He walks forward, he's so freaking hittable, and he like kind of depends on just even Cortez was cracking him, and his striking's not all that good. And Simon's striking's way better. He's switch stance. And if Talbot's going to use that thing where he's just walking forward like a Terminator, throwing punches, and Simon's just hitting him and moving, switching stance. Like, Simon's got power too, man. Josh Wang Chung, when he freaking knocked him out in the third, like he's got good cardio too. So I'm taking Simon, staying away from the fight. But I like what do we got, Johnny? Over 2.5, right?
Over 2.5. Yep.
Yeah, because both these dudes have shown durability, well-roundedness. I don't think if either one gets
cardio.
Ground, they're getting submitted. I don't think if either one's standing, they're getting knocked out. And I don't think Miles Johns ever landed even 30 strikes in a fight. Probably not even as good as Cody Gibson's lowest strike. So I just want to put that out there.
Mr. Stat Guy. Say that.
Mr. Stat Guy.
He does land over 30 strikes in every one of his fights but one.
So you're saying he hasn't landed as many in all of his fights as Cody Gibson.
And it was the Batista fight where he got knocked out, so he didn't have the opportunity.
How many landed against Castaneda? Castaneda put him out.
It was an arm triangle. He landed 34.
That's who you're betting on. That's your man. All right, so we got.
I know what I'm getting. I'm the proven guy. I'm getting him. Cody's only proven that he can't win in the UFC. 1-5.
That's mean.
Turning the tables. Turning the tables.
Bro, he's fought. Miles Johns ain't never been a UFC
two tall
fighter.
Boys in. You are going to bring out the John and me defending my units.
He's never been a UFC fighter in his
life.
He
has. He's got more wins.
They ain't in the UFC no more. Let's see. Okay.
You think Cody Gibson's are?
Maybe.
He's only got one, and it's not even in there.
the Terminator Talbot or T1000 Talbot, either would be acceptable.
I'm going with the halibut.
I have to go with Talbot by decision. Anakin's on it. Octagon, I bet Talbot looks bigger in the cage. Yeah, he might put on some weight. I got Simon. If he kisses his
He will. On the lips, too.
Octagon said Talbot is a bit of a slow starter, but overall good fighter. I like him. I mean, this is so early to be putting these
I know
prospects like this up against each other.
It's gonna be fun, but man.
Here's a case of some weird prospects. Men's middleweight. Edmund Shabazian versus AJ Dobson. Tyler, you get to start this one.
Yeah. Well, I got Peyton Talbot also, just for the record.
I didn't fucking ask you. No, bro, do your breakdown. I thought I said,
unbelievable.
Bro.
No, it's okay. It's all right.
Break it down.
We were fighting. We were fighting. It's our fault.
Johnny started. You know how he is.
It's okay. Wait.
Is Dad and Mom were fighting over here.
Is Billy Q later? Did I mess up the order on my end?
No, he'll be after this one.
Okay, got it. All right. So, so Peyton Talbot, Terminator, T1000, whatever we're gonna go with. 138 help me with a couple of those. Cameron Simon, MSP, definitely not OSP, that's for sure. Couple differences there. Cameron's a real African, okay? So just say it. He's the one that breathes African air and lives on African soil. All right, that's
what they say.
Just say it.
I mean, it's facts.
Yeah, and listen, I don't know if I could do a big enough eye roll, but anyways, Cameron Simon here. I got it on the Peyton Talbot side when it was -110.
Like it.
I was happy to do so. I think he's going to be the cleaner striker with more diverse output and able to land at multiple levels. So I think he gets wrestled by a wrestle-only guy, lets him gas out, just kind of survives because that's all you needed to do. You don't need to overwork to get back to your feet, give up your back, and end up. I mean, some of those things happen, but he also shows he's able to survive those against a guy in Argetta that, like, if you can't handle the pace, then you're gonna have to get out of there. So I kind of like the way that Talbot is able to respond to adversity, and I know that Cameron Simon's liable for at least 3 nut shots and a point deduction with an eye poke.
So that is very true. That is very true, and a very good point to bring up.
I'm just saying, like, I think that you're going to be fighting from behind if you're on the Simon side here, because Talbot, like, he doesn't do shit like that. Like, Simon is very inexperienced in the way that, like, when he gets frustrated and things are close, like, he gets sloppy. Like, Talbot, I think he's as impressive of an athlete as it gets. Like, the proprioception and the way that he's able to maneuver his body in space is just a little bit different. And Simon just looks like sloppy, and he lands in combination. He throws interesting stuff. I just don't think any of it's technical enough to give Talbot enough problems here. I know Talbot has shown, like, growing pains, but he's also fought, like, really legit guys on his way up. There's a couple, like, opponents that are like, there's like a 9-1 or something mixed in. Like, he's not just fighting 0-0 and 1-0 guys. And Simon here, Steven Koslow, like Shinobi the Pillow, whatever, one of the worst nicknames we've ever heard in history.
Obi-Wan the Pillow, Obi-Wan the Pillow, or something like that.
Yeah, like, dude, like, you're doing too much. Like, it's got to be 1 or 2 words. That's the most on a nickname, all right? Or like from Russia with Love, like, you got to have a specific reference. You can't do like 5 different references in one. That's not cool.
No.
Tyler, peace. Appreciate you. And yeah, I mean, so ultimately that's it. That's a pick. I appreciate you guys going back and forth. It reminds me of me and Guru. Shout out Guru. He caught the 8, so that's why he's
Listen, Cody was poking the bear, so.
I wasn't poking the bear. I'm trying to tell you, Miles Johns ain't never landed over 36 strikes. All his strikes together ain't more than what Cody Gibson landed in one fight.
You're going to go off of one fight. You want to pick the proven fighter going off of one fight.
Come on, man. My dude can land more in one fight than your guy can in a whole career.
Please.
And if he gets beat here, his career's done.
I'm going to say that's false. I know who will be beat. When he gets beat, it will be done.
Leave him alone.
He's going to be 1-6 in the UFC.
He's a school teacher. He's a good guy. He doesn't need to turn a ball.
Hey, good for him. Teach those kids. Maybe that's a better job for him.
Men's featherweight, Billy Quarantillo versus Yusuf Salah. I'm going to let Tyler start this one so we don't skip him again. So Johnny don't skip him with his argument.
Hell yes. So we got Billy the Squid, the Moroccan devil on the other side, and I'm just really confused at the line movement. There was a reason why I didn't want to lay my flag on Billy Q as like chalky chalk, but I mean, listen, as we're getting towards where he's becoming the dog, do I even have to wait for round 1 to start to place a live bet? I feel like you got to split it up. You got to do 1 unit pre and save 1 for live. So, kind of stake your flag early. Like, I think Yusuf Salah is going to win round 1 like a solid amount of the time, but Billy's going to start putting on the pace, and I think he lands more damage overall. And I think, Zalal is happy to kind of play the game that his opponent likes to play, or just like not change his game plan mid-fight if things aren't going well. So I think Billy Q is going to have success. I think in some scrambles over as the fight goes on, I think he's going to end up turning it up. So listen, I saw Billy Q at what, minus 105 earlier. I'm just going to keep waiting. People think he has like some issue because of the face-off. He was holding his left arm weird. He tweeted out after. He's like, guys, there's no injury. I'm just fucking awkward. Like, you know, it is what it is. Like, the dude's hilarious. He's a squid. He's got tentacles in every direction, but he's doing his best. All right, just give him a chance. He's going to lose a bit around 1, so just wait till he's like plus 200 live. And then as he starts turning up the pace and putting on the pressure and survives the onslaught of Yusuf, the decisionator, Zalal, then he'll be good to go. What? Zalal's going to be there like trying to throw up triangles from his back, and Billy Q is going to be landing elbows and shit like that as we get into round 2 and round 3. Now, the thing is, typically in a Billy Q fight, I'd bet round 2, round 3. It's just the Damon Jackson fight taught me that, like, sometimes it's just not the right idea. So Yusuf Zalal, he's never been finished. He's been to decision every fight in the UFC. So I think Billy Q by decision here. I think Billy Q plus over 1.5 if you need to do it before the fight. So, yeah, I don't care about his arm at face-off. He's fine. He was hanging it weird, and then, like, he's like, oh, shit, like, you know, maybe he was shivering a little bit, like, and holding his arm weird because,
maybe,
like, they're naked.
Maybe he was cramping. Maybe he wasn't drinking his liquids because he didn't have any in his body.
Yeah. And they face off, like, a lot sooner after weigh-ins.
He looked fine on the weigh-ins.
Ceremonials. Yeah, he's fine. He's fine. No, the line movement's been happening way before Matt, I appreciate you. I appreciate you commenting in the chat, as everyone in this live show should be doing right now, giving their opinion. But I'm just going to have to contest.
Great show.
I don't think anything was wrong with Billy Q. So
381 people in here, man.
Listen, awesome. If a couple of you guys went over to Chronic Combat Conversations and threw a little subscribe on our channel while you were in
links
it's not going to hurt, right? So
dude, they
I
put up
excellent.
Excellent information.
James. Come on, James.
Both the links are in there, and their YouTube link, the Twitter links, all that.
Thank you. Thank you.
Might explain the line movement. Yeah. Johnny, you can go next. I'll do mine real quick. I like Billy Q. There needs to be some up. He needs to be minus 190. So I don't fucking understand why the line's how it is. Like, I mean, the last time we seen Yusuf Zalal, he got clearly beat for 2 rounds against Damone Blackshear on like 1 week notice, and then he gassed out, and then Yusuf beat him up in the 3rd round with a body shot, hurt him, got the 10-8 for the draw. Like, he's not a bad fighter, but he's not like, there's no, like, the line doesn't make sense. Like, Billy Q's like what, 19 or 20th in the world? So you're telling me Yusuf Zalal, who got cut from the UFC on how many, 3 losses and a draw in his last 4 fights in the UFC, is going to come right back to featherweight, fight that one of the top 20 guys and just become the top 20 featherweight in the world, and it's just going to be easy. Now he's the favorite. I just don't get it, because even in the striking, like Yusuf's striking's not bad. He's got good movement. He darts in, but he's not hitting with no power. Like, Billy Q knocks people out. Like, he knocked out Kyle Nelson, which is a pretty good win at this point. Knocked out Mowgli, knocked out Alexander Hernandez, which I would freaking take over Yusuf Zalal any day of the week. So I don't know, man. I think Billy should pretty much be better everywhere. I think the wrestling should be pretty even, but Billy's going to have the better jiu-jitsu, in my opinion. Then he's going to have the better cardio. I think he's going to be the stronger guy in there. Like, Billy's not getting down to 135 like Zalal was able to. So, give me the more proven guy. But like I said, this is the weirdest line movement. This is some James Krause shit to me. It doesn't make sense. Yusuf Zalal on short notice, been cut from the UFC, beats up nobodies at a fucking carnival. And somehow he comes back and he's the favorite over Billy Q. You know what I mean? Like, I would favor Damon Jackson over Yusuf Zalal. So, like,
because he can get the grappling going, I think.
Yeah, I don't. So I really don't get this. You know what I mean? Like, Billy Q's better than Sung Woo Choi. Billy Q's better than Sean fucking Woodson. Billy Q's better than all these guys that already beat Yusuf Zalal. He's not better than Taporia, but like.
But that was the hardest fight.
Fought him on
Yusuf was the hardest fight that he gave Taporia in his career.
Yeah, Taporia fought on 3 days' notice, and he got tired in the 3rd. That's the only reason. What would Taporia do to fucking Zalal right now?
Destroy.
Put him to sleep.
Dude, apparently Yusuf Zalal is sleeping with Macy Barber. That's like the new.
Oh, that's terrible,
bro. Like, maybe that's why everyone thinks he's going to be the more powerful wrestler. He's been grappling with Macy Barber in the. You know, I mean,
Edson hit him with a fucking clean knee. That's what I'm saying. And people's like, his durability is going. He's got knocked out 1 time, and he's not knocked out 2 times in 23 fights, and only 1 time in the last 7 years, and that was a perfect knee. And he took some big shots from Damon Jackson. Like, but good to hear. I know Johnny sent me a video earlier. I just seen it right before we get on. But I guess a bad fight IQ. Billy, bad fight IQ though. It should be able to beat Zalal. Zalal has low output. Yeah, low output, okay wrestling and okay jiu-jitsu. That's what the whole thing blows my mind. So
yeah, I'm like, I can't believe it.
It doesn't make sense. Like
I just want Barber to know he's very low output though.
I feel like I could literally set odds. Like I feel like I could set odds and fucking.
But he could go the distance.
True. Zalal.
Zalal.
Yeah.
We're talking about Barber and Zalal. You're missing.
I was reading these and I'm trying to figure out like this is one of the weirdest lines I've ever seen. So
it is weird. I don't.
Next fight, men's middleweight.
You're gonna skip me.
I fucking Jesus. Dude, it's hard to do it if you're on that work, dude.
I'm just gonna
because this is your most important thing, and I tried to get mine.
No, you're good. You're good.
Let's see what you got, Johnny.
No, I agree with all you guys. I'm just gonna say the same thing. This line is ridiculous, guys. He should be at least minus 170 minus, and I'm being a little generous. Cody says 190. I agree with that too. This unless some James Krause bullshit's going on right here. I don't see it. I just don't see how Zalal wins being super low output. He's not really the best wrestler. He does have good cardio and he is durable. Okay. But that doesn't mean he's going to outstrike Billy 3-1 to win these rounds. I don't see how this is going to happen. Like I can see maybe even Billy trying to get some wrestling going himself if he wants to. And I think he can get it too. So you can't tell me that Zalal is going to win this fight. I don't see it at all, especially the line's crazy. For one, if people are going back and watching Zalal in his last 3 fights on the regional scenes against these bums, and they've never seen him before that, maybe they think he's a killer now. He ain't a killer, guys. He's killing regional bums, which he should be. Good for him. This is a proven veteran UFC guy that's been in the UFC for a long time doing the same exact style. And he's going to win this fight. Sorry, I said it. Decision.
I like it. I
don't got anything else to say. He's going to win, guys.
Let's go. I like it. Johnny Newquist in the house with the $10 dono. Defend Your Units Last Look is now brought to you by John Newquist. Why are all the people on Talbot who has not beat anyone active in the UFC presently? Because they see like Sean O'Malley under there, but I don't know yet. You know,
I will counter that with who has Saman beat in the UFC.
What's the one dude from Alaska that was freaking amazing?
He ain't in the UFC anymore.
Still was like 17-3 and it's probably
ain't in the UFC and he's a bum.
Just ran into Simone.
Kozlo, whatever his name is.
Kozlo.
Not even in the UFC. He's a bum.
What about that other dude? That's probably
Martinez.
In the UFC. Yeah,
not in the UFC. He's not good. We've seen that.
Yeah.
This is. I'm just throwing it out there because I'm not trying to be mean, but right. I just think this. Both guys are still like working their way up. They're still fighting these guys that maybe shouldn't be in the UFC. Maybe they one of those things, but I think it's a close fight. I think it really will be a close fight.
It's weird. They could be trying to give like Simone, who's like, he's going to be a rising star. Like that kid seems like he could be a champion by 30. Think how long he's been doing stuff and think how good he'll be in 8 more years if he just keeps at it.
They have to slowly work him up. This is probably
he could be 0-2. He could lose this fight and be 0-2.
I know this could be his hardest fight he's
ever
fought.
Or they're going to take Peyton Talbot's It doesn't make any sense. Let's make Simone 0-2 in his last 2 fights. Let's make Talbot lose his O. Like fight really don't make sense. I want to see it, but
I want to see it like 2 or 3 years down the line.
Yeah. Let's see, Ernie. I was honestly impressed with Edwards' power as well. Fabian, yeah. Why are we pretending like Billy Q don't have an OnlyFans? Yeah, Dixon. Now don't bring that up, Dixon. We're trying to get past that.
Not good.
Yeah, there will be blood. You ain't lying. I don't mind that. I'm with you. Okay, now can we start this one? Shabazian versus Dobson. Middleweight. I tried to start it 2 times without messing stuff up. Johnny, we will start with you this time so we don't skip you.
This is a crazy fight. Obviously, Shabazian's going to be the better striker here. He's got the power. But honestly, I just can't back him anymore. I've seen it time and time again. If you have a little bit of wrestling and you use it, you can probably win this fight as long as you survive the first like 3 or 4 minutes of the first round, which I do think Dobson can. So he is taking this fight on short notice, though. So we'll see what happens. But, Shabazian slows down as the fight goes on. So it might be even right there. But I like Dobson to get this one done. I know he's kind of low volume, but he is durable. He's got pretty good cardio. But he does have that wrestling that he can get Shabazian down and keep him down for 3 minutes, 4 minutes, and get some ground and pound. And that's how Edmund loses. We've seen it time and time again. Now, can Edmund land a shot to knock out Dobson? Of course he can. Early, but that's about it. So I'm not going to back a minus 200 favorite that's first round or bust. So I'm just going to go with the dog here with Dobson. If he survives, even if he loses the first round, I still think he has a shot to win, and maybe it's a good live betting opportunity. So, because he's going to get that wrestling going, he's not going to stay on the feet with Edmund, especially early. And if he survives, and he does, he's a crazy man. So he's going to win the fight anyway. So give me Dobson to win by decision. I think that's a good little sprinkle bet. I think it's like plus 300.
Okay. All right, Tyler, how you see this one going now?
I love the fight goes the distance here. I just think Edmund wins the first two. I think he wins the first one at a 99% clip. I think
I'd say 95.
Yeah. But ultimately, it's the question of like, when does he fit? And does Dobson actually push anyone to the point that they want to quit? So I don't think he can actually finish Shabazian himself. So I get it. Oh my God, that's amazing. Jesus Christ.
Like your style.
Don't talk about his family like that. That's messed up.
Brother from another mother.
The golden boy, I was thinking maybe AJ Anthony Joshua Dobson. No, or maybe the bronze bomber. I don't know, something, because like golden boy reminds me of some boxing stuff. So but anyways, Dobson, I just don't think he fully has what it takes here to match the tools at each level. I even think Edmund's going to be the better offensive wrestler. I think he can kind of control in the clinch, takedowns, and when he can't hurt and finish this guy, I mean, it looks like he's on some good stuff right now, too. Let me tell you, this post-USADA world we're in, maybe those cardio issues are fixed. So Dobson, I think he's not going to be finished. He's never lost by a finish before. Why do I think it happens now? Give me Edmund and give me him by decision. I think that's the best way to play this fight. Watch him win by round one just to spite me, but I think it's a good time.
Johnny, you went, right? You got your break.
Make sure. Plus 300, by the way. Plus 300.
Plus 300 decision. Is that Edmund?
Yeah, Edmund. Well? Bro, like, why not?
What's Dobson then? He's got to be a little bit
plus
higher
350.
Oh, okay. All right, maybe I was looking at the wrong one. Okay.
Why is it so close? If the line
because that's how Dobson wins. I don't think he's going to knock him out. You're right. I think he's going to get those takedowns second and third round. Whoever wins round 2 is going to win.
I picked Dobson at that price at like plus 160, 170. He's got excellent striking defense. He's got some of the best striking defense I've ever seen. Like, he moves it. He's so fast. Watch him fight Petrosian. Like, he just like his head movement. He's just really got fast twitch. But he doesn't put out a ton of volume, but he'll put out some. He throws kicks with both legs. He's got pretty good offensive and defensive wrestling. He took Petrosian down 3 times. His jiu-jitsu looked good against Taffa in that third round when he took him down and just held him down the whole round. Really good cardio, really good toughness. I mean, I hope he's at stronghold now up there with Stipe and them. And I hope they tell him like the way to beat Edmund is you're going to have to put a pace on him and probably go through some fire in that first round. And then the second round, just keep pushing him up against the cage, working on him, wearing on him. And that's the way to beat him. Cause I think Edmund, even if like they don't grapple a bunch in the first round, just the way he puts power into everything and everything's explosion with him and that, and I think he's going to be missing a lot of these punches and stuff. I think Dobson's going to be able to dodge a bunch of them, and I think that's just going to wear on him. Even against Dolce, it looked like Dolce was starting to take over a little bit and land some good shots in the second round before he got hit with a big shot and finish. So I like Dobson. I didn't bet him, though. I just bet the over 2.5 because I really think Dobson is durable. I think he's got good striking defense, and I don't think he's that dangerous himself. He hasn't finished nobody in the UFC yet. So and he hasn't been finished. So I think he can survive this. And I think Shabazian is going to be smart, not come out here and just try to like chain wrestle and do all this. Because the only person I'm worried about really getting finished is Shabazian. Like if he death gasses somehow. Because like if you watch him fight like Darren Stewart back in the day, like I don't know how he made it through that. He gassed so hard in the third round. He was literally dead, but he made it. Let's see. SK said Dobson's a bum, a step above Johnny K's long lost brother Shannon.
Sheesh.
Evan said if Dobson survives round 1, he will get the live bets in. I will get that. Yo. I have had 6 soda pops. I'm with you. I drank a bunch of Earth today and an energy drink. Johnny's on 6 soda pops.
Yes, sir.
The good ones. The good ones. Main event, always decision. Seems like it's been that recently, except for Tibura.
There's a couple that finished, right? Recently,
Maybe.
other than Tibura.
I don't know. Because it's been like Imavov didn't, Strickland didn't, O'Malley didn't. Who else have we had?
Shit.
This card was tricky. Jack Hermanson didn't. Remember that dude? Plus, that shit was crazy.
Talk about a live betting opportunity.
I pre-flopped that bitch. I just got jacked. Men's heavyweight, Carl Williams versus Justin Taffa. Johnny, you can start this one, brother.
I am part of the Taffa gang this week. Give me Taffa. You know what? I'm done. I'm done with these heavyweight wrestlers that think they can wrestle in their lower weight. They're weighing in at 230 or 240, whatever they are. Taffa is a monster. He can knock out anybody in the heavyweight division, and he's gonna knock out Carl Williams in the first round. I see it. It's gonna happen. That's it. And if he doesn't, then he's probably gonna lose. Okay, but I think it's gonna happen.
Makes sense.
Because I'm tired of heavyweight smaller wrestlers trying to intrude in the heavyweight division and try to make it up in the top 5. It's not going to happen anymore. You know why? Because they don't have the power. That's what it is. It's all about the one-touch knockout power, and Taffa has it. He did it 3 times in a row, and I don't think Williams is really all that good. I really don't. Hey, it's a knockout. It's better than Carl Williams. He ain't knocking out Chase Sherman looking like trash against him.
Yeah, he's not knocking out anybody. That's for dang sure.
So give me the more dangerous guy. I actually think he can get a second round knockout. I'll throw it out there if it even goes that far, which I don't think it will.
Okay.
Taffa, give me Taffa by knockout. That's it. I'm Taffa gang all week. Let's go.
First round then.
First round.
Let's go. I wonder what's the line on that. What's the line on it?
Plus 380.
Is it? That's not bad at all for like
Taffa gang.
I mean, if he does it. Tyler, how you see this one going down? You Taffa gang?
Damn it! I thought I was the only Taffa gang over here. We got to do his post-fight dance over here like this.
It's like you guys are both doing it.
Yeah, this is
we choreographed it beforehand.
That's exactly it. Listen, it's like when your girlfriend tells you, "I had too much for dinner." You can finish the rest of the dessert. That's the dance you do, baby. Get the belly out and get the dance. But no, seriously, the funniest part here is that, I mean, Carl Williams, Carl likes llamas, to be quite frank. I feel like this guy comes out and his number one thing is to just get to his bread and butter, but he's got nothing to set it up to get there. It's just he's so lucky to have faced Lucas, my name should be Bresky Dresky, and then Chase the vanilla gorilla, shaming the rest of the other gorillas out there, Sherman. That was bad, man. How do you not finish that guy? I'm sorry. If you're as good of a wrestler like Jimmy Lawson, that the only reason that was supposedly impressive is because he's a wrestler. Oh, he's from Penn State. Like, yeah, he gassed out and he sucks. He's not an MMA fighter. He's a wrestler. He doesn't want to get hit. He doesn't want to get wrestled himself. He just wants to be the bully. So Justin Taffa, he's a smart guy. He uses calf kicks. He waits to counter. He's got the faster hands in the pie. I mean, he's got the better hands in this fight by far. And top control without damage means absolutely nothing these days.
We've seen it clearly.
Now, if we get 14 minutes and 53 seconds of top control, yeah, of course.
I don't think so.
Bad story.
Nope.
I don't think so either. I think Taffa's got better takedown defense than's letting on. And everyone that was on the De Lima side a bunch of weeks ago, I think they got really lucky that the shitty Taffa brother stepped in on short notice. That guy didn't know how to defend calf kicks. I'm sorry. Justin, he would have been fine against calf kicks. Junior, not so ready for that.
Junior's not good.
No, he's not good. And Taffa's not that great, but I think he's way better than Carl. Carl,
we talking about the heavyweight division, Cody.
I watched Jared Bandera beat this man down.
Listen, that was like his 4th fight in the UFC.
I watched Carlos Felipe.
And that was the best fight Jared Bandera has ever
Castro beat this man.
Listen, that was Jared Bandera's best fight ever in his career. He never even came close to that fight ever in any fight.
Taffa. So was it?
It happens, man. Maybe you just had a career night. He never got close to that ever. Think of one other fight. Not even close.
Carl, the magical prospect, is 34 years old. Justin Taffa is 30.
He almost took Tyler out the game the one time, man. Split decision. Split decision, man. So yeah, I mean, Taffa's first. Has he ever won out of the first round? I think he knocks everybody out in the first round.
Second round,
you know?
he got a couple second round knockouts.
Did he?
Yeah. Not in the UFC, but
somebody made it to the second in regional C. Well, so he trains with like Tai Tuivasa in them, right? And like we noticed these dudes don't really get better takedown defense throughout the career ever. Mark Hunt, Ty, none of these guys. Like they probably just like train knocking people out, maybe a little bit of grappling. They definitely ain't doing jiu-jitsu and stuff, you know what I mean? So I don't think he's gonna have good takedown defense, to be honest. I think that he can knock freaking Williams dead. Like if he lands a shot, he can knock Williams dead for sure. But I don't think he's got cardio. I think he hurt his knee or whatever he did just a month ago and couldn't even fight. Now he's fighting this month, you know.
He was too fat. He was sitting in between two grandmas on the airplane. How dare you, Cody? He's a nice
Is that
man.
What he said?
He's a gentleman. Yeah,
ain't nobody putting that dude in the middle seat on an airplane. He's fucking.
Said, I don't know.
He's a nice guy. He's taking one for the team, and it just cost him.
That's a 300-pound man. Ain't nobody sticking that dude in the middle.
He was flying Spirit. They have to do something. He's not getting paid $100,000 to fight.
You sure he didn't tweak it fighting somebody on that flight?
Who's fighting?
Spirit.
He's the calmest dude ever.
Spirit don't care
until he's in the ring.
Spirit's about that life. Stands on business. But man, dude, so I'm not betting this fight anyway. I don't know. There's a million different ways this can go. This can go over 1.5, under 1.5. Top
There's 2 ways this goes, Cody. There's 2.
Yeah, but like, Carl Williams may be able to finish Taffa. Even though he's not a finisher, you keep taking this dude down and wearing on him. You never know what could happen. But I don't know, man. I'm taking Carl Williams just because I'm just going to say that these Islander dudes never have good takedown defense. You know what I'm saying?
Island boys.
You can't name one dude, Maui, you know what I mean? Type dude that's shown me good takedown defense ever. And I know he can knock him out. So I'm not betting this fight because I can see both things happening. But I can see Carl Williams coming out, moving around, throwing some punches, dude, and just getting so low on Taffa. And then just taking him down. A couple times I can see Taffa getting gas because that's what happened. That's why he lost to Vandera. That's why he lost to Felipe, because he got tired after the first round and lost 50% of his power, and they were just beating him up.
But he went all 3 rounds.
And he should have probably won that fight.
Mm-hmm.
With who?
Not the Vandera fight.
Felipe.
Yeah.
Felipe. Vandera,
I will give that to Vandera. I'll give him credit because I've trashed on him so much. I will give him credit. He won that fight. But
Arlovsky beat both them guys, man. Come on.
I would pick Arlovsky over Carl Williams.
Would you pick him over? Would you pick him over Taffa?
No, because he's gonna get knocked out.
That was
that's
opposite. You guys went opposite there.
Sorry,
that's messed up. You
got
being honest, your boy over here.
That's his.
I'm sorry, TB.
You think that he would pick somebody over Shannon Ross? Unreal. Think he'd pick somebody over Shannon Ross in front of you, man? That's
dude. If anyone's picking Shannon Ross, they're you got to think a little bit more, guys.
You got to bet that over 1.5. I picked him last time. I picked the durability last time, and it paid off in a major way.
Lucky on that one.
World about that one.
So good.
The guy was fucking wobbling for 3.5 minutes.
That's what he does. Drunken master stuff. He's just trying to get you to come in so he can counter you. But then he usually gets hit, in the middle of that and goes to sleep. But
sheesh.
Women's. Let's see. We got envious bets in the building. Said Billy Q to the effing moon. Let's go. That said,
Taffa's going to have a 20-pound weight difference.
Yeah, but I mean, you see people like Almeida and them come in and get like Parker Porter. This level of guy, like, I don't think he's going to have any takedown defense. I don't think
you are going to compare.
Do you think
Taffa's dare compare?
I want to ask you
Carl Williams to Jailton Almeida.
Listen, I just want to ask you this. How do you see him defending the takedowns?
Easy.
Ripping underhooks,
it's called an uppercut, and it's going to land.
To it. Yeah.
I don't care. It's going to happen. I've seen it a million times in the heavyweight division. Knocks people out.
Derek Lewis to Blades. That's
Pink.
He said, Ryan said, I could see Williams getting a ground and pound TKO via elbows round 2. Think Taffa gasses and gets dragged down. Going to get smothered for a bit and then get in bad position. Start eating ground and pound shots. I'm done betting fat fucks in the UFC. Now give me more Mo Usman and Carl Williams.
There you go.
Yo.
I want to see
I got
that
Taffa,
fight.
round 1 KO at plus 430. You
There
see
it is, baby.
our boy Johnny News up there, man. Taffa, he got him early at plus 215, so he didn't even got to bet the KO. But
Just
he
the
still
KO.
bet the round 2 KO plus 900. So he's dropping some
I think
little,
it can happen, man.
Yeah.
Maybe Carl Williams isn't going to finish anybody, guys. I'm sorry.
Maybe.
Who has he fought at a heavyweight that remotely has the power that Taffa has? Nobody. He's a light heavyweight moving on up, just like Jailton Almeida, trying to wrestle his way to the top, and he's going to get fucking flatlined. Sorry, I'm saying it. Taffa gang.
Taffa can't wrestle, man.
Taffa gang, Taffa gang, Taffa gang, Taffa gang, Taffa gang.
This guy. Women's flyweight main event.
Oh, baby.
In the Apex. Barely any spectators. You're just going to hear these girls screaming when they throw punches. Amanda Ribas versus Rose Namajunas. Tyler, let's hear your breakdown on this, brother.
All right, we got Amanda All That Ribas versus 138 MMA Namajunas. This is going to be an absolute banger of a fight. Namajunas has been going to the whiteboard, going over the game plan with 138. You know, the counterpart.
I seen that. That's so hilarious. So Kiwi, shout out Kiwi.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, so it was funny because we had Tyler on this week on our show. We were talking about it, and we were like, you kind of, there's a little, and it's more on, making fun of, Rose than it is Tyler. You know what I mean? Like she's got, what's the hair going on there? So anyways, but I think realistically here is that Ribas is kind of like, it's not necessarily that her chin is that bad, which it kind of is. But it's also that she goes forward chin first, throws wild combinations, and is open to getting countered by everybody. She doesn't have great defense. She's gotten hurt by any good, like real striker. Yeah, Ribas has gotten OnlyFans too. Thank you, Dixon. Appreciate you. So I feel like Rose here, I put a bet down on Ribas like a few weeks ago and cashed out because I was just like, what am I doing? Like, I'm being a hater. Rose actually fights really close with Manon, and the pinky injury, you don't need your pinky to fight, and you don't, but it took her a little while to get adjusted. So I think that Rose here over 5 rounds against, Ribas has never been 5. Like we've never seen that before. And we're saying that she has better cardio than Rose on like what basis? Like Rose has won 5-round decisions over. Listen, I thought John Whaley could have won that Madison Square Garden appearance. That was my first time going to fights, but Thug Rose, man, I think she should have her covered. But the tricky thing, I think it's that the fight goes the distance. Over 4.5 at plus 110. I think Ribas gets to dance for 5 rounds. She's going to get bloodied up, but Rose just doesn't kind of finish her prey enough. I think she's going to let her hang around. She might give up a round or two. But I think she does enough to win. I think it's just going to be closer than everyone likes. Anyone that's betting the knockout or submission is going to ultimately be disappointed. And I think we see a fight goes. So maybe instead of betting Thug Rose at minus 218, I'll just bet like over 4.5 is like plus 110. That's smelling sexual to me. Almost as sexual as
over 3.5.
Yeah. I love that. Yeah. I love it.
Okay. Yanni, how you see it going down?
Yeah, this is going to, on paper, it's Rose all day, let's be honest, but it's just what's up here? What Rose am I going to get? Am I going to get Rose against Esparza, or am I going to get Rose against Whaley where the head kick happened and it's game over? And I honestly think that's the only way she's going to finish Ribas is with one of those leg kicks or high kicks that lands. On the feet, I think she can touch up Ribas, but maybe Ribas tries to get the takedowns going. I think that's a good game plan for her. Maybe test out the grappling because Ribas does have good grappling. I know Rose does too, but I think she can win some minutes that way too. And on the feet, I do like Rose, especially if she stays at range. But Ribas is going to keep pushing forward. She's going to initiate it. So I don't think Ribas is as chinny as a lot of people think. Yes, she's been knocked out and knocked down and hurt all this time, but she's only been knocked out twice against Barber, who's way bigger than her and way stronger than Rose, and Rodriguez, and Rodriguez is a very technical striker. So not to say Rose isn't, but it's just a lot of little red flags here and there. I'm not gonna bet this fight one way or another, but I like the overs. I like the overs a lot. maybe Ribas does get knocked down, but she's gonna get up again. Never gonna keep her down. So give me Ribas, not Ribas. I think Rose will win. I'm gonna say by decision as well. I think she'll win at least 3 rounds, obviously.
That makes sense.
Obviously.
Yeah, man. So both these girls, they're both well-rounded. They both got good striking. Both got good striking, both got good wrestling, and both got good jiu-jitsu, right? I think Rose has a little bit more power on her feet. She's knocked some girls out, like Joanna with her hands. She's knocked out freaking Wei Li with their feet. On the ground, it's going to be pretty back and forth. Like if Ribas can get on top, she's really heavy on top. She can probably get some good ground control. If Rose sneaks in a takedown, which I doubt she will, because Ribas actually has really good jiu-jitsu. But man, like in the end, if both of these girls have the same cardio, have the same striking, same grappling, same jiu-jitsu, then you keep going down the line, you're going to get to durability. You know what I mean? And we know Rose is way more durable than Ribas, because like Ribas, like she got dropped by Verna Jandiroba. Like it's like Tyler said, man, she don't really have striking defense. You know what I mean? She has her hands down. She throws weird strikes, weird angles, weird spinning kicks, which are good. She knocked out Luana Pinheiro. But dude, she's very, very hittable, man. And her face gets so even if this goes the decision, her face is going to be so messed up, man. She's going to be messed up and bleeding from under her eye, her nose, and somewhere within by the middle of the second round. Mark my words. She just does not take a punch well. Doesn't look well.
Marked.
Yeah, mark them, Johnny. Mark that Cody Gibson's going to throw a beating on your boy Miles Johns.
Remember last time you said something like that?
Weren't you on Dan Argueta last time? Weren't you on and you was on Bulgarian last week? Don't get me started on that.
I was, and I know who won that fight. I know 90% of the chat knows who won that fight as well.
And they was holding Bulgarian tickets. That's why
you even said that Bulgarian won round 2.
I didn't say nothing.
Yeah, you did. You want me to clip it? I'll clip it. I'll post it.
Stop threatening me with clips, Johnny.
I'll clip it.
See, you clipping me all the time, man.
Last time you said I ain't losing the bet to Michelle. Look what happened. I'll clip that shit, Cody.
Michelle Pereira.
I'm gonna do it right now again.
Wait till he gets flatlined. Wait till they bring Dusko out of retirement. Just come dust him. Can't wait.
You're just mad that
Listen, I'm pretty. I don't think Rose is like a head case in her fights. Like, you know what I mean? She came out against Sparza, and that was just like her game plan. They didn't want to get taken down, so she didn't want to throw nothing. Like she would go in her corner and Pat Barry, and then was like, "Great job, you fucking did nothing. You're winning." So that was kind of stupid, but like. I think it's because they didn't want to get taken down, but I don't think she had that much to wear. Like you seen what Wei Li Zhang did to Carla Esparza, and then like Rose actually out wrestled Wei Li Zhang in most parts of that second fight. So, damn man, I got to take Rose here. Like I said, if everything's equal cardio, everything you get down the line, you get to durability, dude. It's going to go on Rose. Rose has always been durable. You know what I mean? And she just hits harder. She could kick Ribas in the face right away. I don't see Ribas finishing Rose at all.
Ribas has good high kicks too.
Right, but she's been finished in 3 of her 4 losses, and Rose is a girl finisher. There's not that many girl finishers. But
question though, this is a good question. Do you think Barber would beat and or finish Rose?
I think she finishes her. I mean, I don't know. After seeing how good Rose looked against Manon Farrow, like I rate Manon Farrow pretty high.
Yeah, but it's different. They're different styles, man. Macy's a bully, dude.
Yeah, maybe.
I hate.
She wears them tight booty shorts that she wore last time, man. They're decent. No offense, Yusuf.
They were struggling.
No offense, Yusuf.
They struggling.
I hope Billy Q gets in his butt. Give me Rose Namajunas, man. I actually think she does get it done inside the distance. So we'll see.
What round?
4, 3 or 4.
I'm okay with that.
Yeah, I don't think she Zangs but she could. She's knocked out Wei Li Zhang and Joanna Jędrzejczyk in the first round. So
other than that,
I mean, that's pretty fucking impressive. Other than the 2 best female fighters in the history of that.
It's not like she's a killer where she's doing it in every other fight. Like it's just
Doug
2.
Rose,
yeah, 2 against 2, very good 2 people to knock out. But that's like it. Like in the last what?
But she's finished like Gomez. She finished Paige Van Zandt. She finished like Waterson Gomez. She's a finisher. I'm calling her the Boston finisher for no reason, man.
She ain't no Boston finisher.
Come
on, Cody.
Yeah, let's see. So, but yeah, man, I'm going Rose. We're all on Rose, right?
Yeah.
Anybody pick Ribas? Yeah. And
Nope.
you guys think it's going to decision, but I like the inside the distance just because Ribas has been finished. She's never been 5 rounds. Ribas goes hard as shit too, dude, and she kind of slows down some.
She could change her game plan here. I mean, I
True.
think a lot of people too.
I want to throw this out there. I love Ribas too. I'm actually going to be rooting for Ribas to win. I'd have no bets on this, so I'm actually going to be rooting for Ribas because I like her. I like her. I like her personality, fighting style. At
115.
She's a female junkyard dog. It's just Rose is like a skilled female junkyard dog. A little bit more skilled, a little bit more durable, you know. So,
I agree with that.
But dude, we
stay at 115 Ribas after this fight, please.
No, I don't know why she keeps going up. Like you just beat Panera, you got some freaking momentum going. You're going to go back up, but she's probably
a main event.
Paid.
That's why she's going to get paid.
I was going to say, and if she wins,
she don't care because at 115 she's probably ranked higher.
Yeah. And it's another 115er. So I mean it's pretty even playing field with that. Let's see. Evans got Rose inside the distance. Dixon, Amanda Ribas, OnlyFans.
Well, do you think they're trying to also maybe give Rose a little bit of a layup here in the flyweight division because that's her new spot?
Maybe. Was she supposed to fight anybody else, or they just made this fight?
But that's the thing. Like, get her some momentum. Maybe try to get her a win in the flyweight division. But I don't know who she's going to fight because honestly, most of these flyweights I think are going to beat Rose. Sorry, it's a tough division.
Yeah. SK said Doug Rose feels washed.
I mean,
washed. They were saying that about Pitbull earlier. They were saying that about Pitbull. Oh,
they were saying that about Billy Q.
They're saying that about Jack Hermanson.
Ain't gonna happen, son. Ain't gonna happen.
Yep. Rose inside the distance for Evan. Hamos inside the distance. Halau. I don't mind that at all. I don't mind it. That's most likely ways if they're gonna win. Or besides Rose, she could win. Matt, which Rose shows up? The world beater or the one that doesn't care, right? She ain't got Trevor Whitman either. We didn't mention that. That's a big, that's a negative.
It is a negative.
She like a couple attributes now, but she's still more durable. So that doesn't really hurt that. But see a world where Ribas gets her face beaten on for 4 rounds and sub. She hasn't fought a 5-rounder before, and she hasn't fought nobody as good really as Rose. I mean, maybe Macy, but I don't know if she's as good as Rose. She's thick. You know what I mean? She's a lot bigger than Ribas. So
Chukagian is a good example. Is maybe a good comp.
Right. True.
Long, rangy fighter that kind of just jabs away.
I think she's got yeah.
I mean,
Pirate MMA, what up, Pirate? He said 3 bookie killers. Yes, sir. Everybody check out Pirate on X too. Pirate MMA puts out good stuff, good content all week. So check them out, man. Appreciate you coming out. Ryan said, not sure what type of Rose. Yeah. But if we get timid Rose, this fight's gonna be closer than expected. Ribas is a dog. It's gonna be a good fight for sure because both these girls will fight. They'll both fight. Dusko was supposed to fight Shabazian. What did he get hurt again? Dude, I had the over when he hurt his knee against what's his nuts, and that fight was definitely going over.
He did hurt his knee again.
Did he?
Yep.
This sucks because he was about to come in and just put him on Pereira. Put it on. You ever seen him knock out Michelle Pereira? I watch it all the time. It's saved. I guess bookmarked. What's up, Art Voyage?
Okay.
Voyage Entertainment.
I'm gonna let you know. I'll give you a little hot tip. Who's gonna win Pereira's next fight?
You like him over Muradov? Ribas is not.
Went life or death with Brian Barberena. Yeah,
Barberena ain't no joke. He took.
Barberena he ain't no joke. That's why he got cut and he got subbed.
SK said jokes, tight booty shorts. Blood's head is away from the bests.
Maybe your head's away from the keyboard, SK.
Yeah, SK. Just because I noticed that she had really tight booty shorts on, it was eating up. That's not my fault. Rose all day. Art Voyage says, let's go. Marcus, what up, Marcus, man? Enjoying the show. I wish Ribas and Rose stayed at 155 pounds. 115 pounds, yeah.
You want to talk about what those booty shorts would look like if it was at 155?
If they was 155, he wears the booty shorts.
Yeah, my God.
I respect this game, man. He said 115. Yeah, man. Marcus, shout out Marcus Williams too. Check him out on Twitter, and he's got the Nubian bookstore too out of Georgia. If you guys want to check that out online and check out all the cool books he has, but check him out on Twitter, and you can get the link there. But excellent.
Ryan knows.
Yeah, Brian. I think Michael smokes Michelle.
Michelle, get it right.
Michelle.
What do you think the line's going to be?
I don't even care.
minus 10,000 knockout.
Minus 250,000. Johnny goes, I'll take it. Put it on the Chinaman chance.
It's free money. It's free money, guys.
Short-term investment.
Johnny plays that, and then he plays him with two underdogs. Still ain't at even money.
Doesn't matter. Free money.
All right.
Value, guys.
Dude, we appreciate everybody. Dude, 446 people in here right now from Twitter and from YouTube. We appreciate everybody hanging out with us on this Friday night. We tried to keep it shorter this time for everybody, man. We got it done in, about an hour and 45 minutes. So exactly.
Yeah. So whoever was complaining about us going quicker, we usually go 2.5 hours. So
I never.
Where are you at now? Are you even here? I don't think so.
I never get that complaint. So.
Right? Come on, man.
Go quicker.
Sorry.
Please go quicker. Now, yeah, man. Great show, dude. Marcus, Matt, Ernie, Johnny Newquist. This show was sponsored by Johnny Newquist. Shout out for the dono, Johnny Newquist. You're the man. That's gonna bring you good luck tomorrow too, Johnny. That's what they say. Everybody said that donated before messaged me like, dude, I hit all my bets the next day. I'm like, it just is what it is.
That's how we do.
But we appreciate everybody, dude. Ernie, Ryan, Marcus, Art Voyage, Donnie, Ryan, Matt Colger too.
You want to do something fun?
No, Johnny.
Where we go? Let's do a show bet.
Party Cooper. Octagon outcome. What do you want to do? What kind of show bet?
Whatever your favorite play is. Do a parlay. Fuck it.
Cody Gibson.
I'm not playing it.
You're no fun, Johnny.
You're no fun. You knew I wasn't going to do it. That's why you said it.
I'll take Mick Parkin for mine.
Okay, I'm okay with that one.
I appreciate you.
Yeah.
What about you, Tyler?
What about you, like? TV? What do you like?
Like just like the best one? Is that what you're asking?
Like give me like a good bet that's like minus 150 or under. How about that? One of your faves.
All right.
Other than Mick.
Yeah. So other than Mick, I would say well right now, because I'm not gonna tip out something that's not available. But let's go. I really liked, oh my word. Sorry, I got all frazzled here trying to get myself.
You need some time. I already got mine.
No. Threw this on us out of nowhere.
Go ahead, Johnny. Go ahead, Johnny.
We all agreed on this fighter.
Yes.
And he's plus money.
Halau.
Kurt Halau, baby.
Yes.
Mick Parkin.
Let's go.
Who else?
Kurt Halau. I just thought.
Kurt Halau. There you go. Love it.
Better.
What about Billy Q?
Way better.
I was gonna say that one. That was the one.
Billy Q. Well, let's get him at plus 150.
You want to do Billy? We're all on Billy Q.
Allows minus 325.
We can get him at Billy Q minus 105. That is a parlay of plus 632.
Let's get it.
Hold up. I'm gonna put this in the chat.
Billy Q.
Smack it
up. Billy Q, Mick Parkin. I like it. I think Mick Parkin starts parking that fucking right hand right on Usman's jaw.
Where are you parking?
Effin Q.
Okay.
Love it.
Equals.
Let's see.
Put it
Yusuf up. Knows it. Herb Dean minus 135.
Put it up.
Great show. Ernie B says great night, boys. Great show. Blood pass. Oh yeah, I'll put it on this. Let's see, Parkin plus Halau.
There it is.
There we go.
That's a show bet.
Yeah, we appreciate everybody coming out. Like we said, man, 446 people here right now hanging out with us on a Friday night. So we really appreciate that. We just want to wish everybody good luck tomorrow, man. I hope everybody hits all their bets. Cody Gibson's a good way to go. That's a good bet. I want to let everybody know that. And that's all I got. You guys got anything to say? TB, where can they find you, brother? Your links are in the description, but
yes, please, guys. It means a lot. Like the real reason I come out and do this every week is because I love it. The community, that's where I like grew from, and that's what guys like Cody, guys like Johnny, guys out there, amazing people like DFS and all those guys. Those are what inspired me to get into this. At heart, I'm a Degen fight fan, and I didn't get into it until like 6-7 years ago. So maybe 5-6 years ago. And that's where me and my boy, the Guru Scouting MMA, that's where we came up with Chronic Combat Conversations. So these guys are all out of here. I'm full screen. It's a good time, but no,
what the hell's going on?
I don't know what's happening. Cody's lost all control out here. But no, ultimately, if you guys like
I
a
was
good
confused
time,
as well.
yeah.
Shit.
I'm like, oh, did they leave her? No, but listen, it's like if you like having a good time, come down to Chronic Combat. You don't have to smoke. That's not what it's all about. It's about like finding like fights are always happening. It's a chronic process. You know what I mean? You're always going to be breaking them down if you're a UFC fan, and that's what I like about it the most. So there is no off season. You get a month for the holidays. Like go enjoy that, and then the rest of the year lock in, man. Like it's a great time. Look for live betting. Look for me, Chronic Combat Conversations. We're growing. Get us to 1,000 subscribers. It's been long enough. All right.
Do me a favor. Do me a favor and just go right to the link. Follow the link to the YouTube and subscribe. Get them to 1,000. They deserve it. These dudes have good content, good comedy. They're good people.
Yes, sir.
Great dudes, man. Hang out with great dudes too.
It was a great time. Thanks for having me on. I know the guru couldn't make it today. I'm gonna try to do the South Park method. We're gonna grind up a bunch of cash. I think he got AIDS, so HIV. I'm gonna inject him with some just cash.
100K.
Get him better. He'll be fine.
That'll figure it out.
But we'll get him.
If Billy Q wins, he'll be all good. He'll be healthy.
Let's go, baby. That's it. We'll bring him back to his full health. So I appreciate you guys for having me. Thank you.
Man, no problem. So we appreciate everybody so much, man. And we will see you guys Tuesday, but good luck.